What is up, guys? It's Gold 2.0 here, and I'm going to bring you my first ever post-commentated Wi-Fi battle. Today's battle is against my man Sewage, aka Ace, and this is NU. You know, he's got a pretty powerful looking team. Um, I can tell right off the bat that my Sneasel and my Swallow are probably going to be two of the more important Pokemon in this match because he's got that Shell Smash, Crustle, so if I get that whittled down, a nice Quick Attack or Ice Shard would be really helpful. And also he's got that Lilligant, which I'm pretty scared of. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop into this. Okay, so I just thought, since Sneasel has a good matchup with so many things on his team, that I would just go ahead and lead off with it. So he goes ahead, leads off with Uxie. I think, okay, this isn't that bad. So I go ahead, I knock off the Uxie's leftovers, and get hit with the Thunder Wave, which I regretted at first, but then I realized, it's really not that big of a deal. So he goes ahead, Thunder Waves me as I expected, and now my Sneasel's kind of at that point to where he doesn't really want to get hit by anything, or he can't really outspeed anything anymore. So he goes ahead, hits me with a U-turn, and he swaps out. Instead of going for the knockoff, I actually expected him to switch out into something that would want to take a knockoff, such as Primeape. So I went ahead and went straight for the Ice Punch. Luckily, I break through the paralysis and hit him with some real nice damage. Uh, then I just go ahead and click Ice Shard, not expecting to break through the paralysis, but luckily I did. So that's a pretty big threat out of the way. So yeah, I take that Life Orb damage, and Sneasel's kind of at the end of its rope here. So he sends out his Rotom Fan. I don't really want to switch anything in on a Thunder Wave. So I just go ahead, click Ice Shard, break through the paralysis yet again, take that Life Orb damage, and Sneasel's going to go down to a Thunderbolt. Now, at first I was wondering if this Rotom was probably choiced, which I didn't believe it would be choiced. So I went in my Mesprit to test that theory, see if he went for another Thunderbolt, used U-turn, swapped out into I think I went into Cradily here. Uh, yeah, I go into Dick Cheney the Cradily, and he comes in, no, he's got about 1, 2, 3, 4, well, a bunch of dicks on his head, so he's a Dick Chain, he's Dick Cheney, and yeah, he takes that Volt Switch relatively well, so now I know that his Rotom is actually not choiced, and he goes ahead and goes out on a Crustle. Now, this is a scary situation because it's obvious that he's got Sturdy, and the first thing he's going to want to do is click Shell Smash. So, I get Dick Cheney out of there because Dick Cheney does not like +2 X scissors. So, yeah, I go into my man, Wiz Khalifa, smoking on that loud. And he goes for the Shell Smash. I knew he wasn't going to kill me with a Stone Edge unless he would get a crit, so I stayed in, and I clicked the Will-O-Wisp. And here we see his White Herb. So, yeah, here's the Stone Edge. It is not enough to take out Wiz Khalifa, so I'm going to go ahead and get this Willow off. Now, had I missed that Will-O-Wisp, I would have definitely been in a lot of trouble. But luckily, that's not an issue, as I hit it. So, yeah, that's a huge threat out of the way. So, I swap out and go into my Regirock, my Assault Vest Regirock. Since he now can take any physical move that this Crustle wants to throw, whether it's an Earthquake, Stone Edge, X Scissor. It's nothing. It's nothing. My man Crustle's not touching me. So, he uses Earthquake, and that does pretty much nothing. And I go ahead and hit him with a Stone Edge. And that's going to take him down to about where the burn damage will handle the rest. So down goes Crustle, and as I expected, the Lilligant's going to come in. Now, I knew he was going to use Sleep Powder and probably want to set up a few Quiver Dances, but I decided to stay in and try to pull a fast one on my man Sewage. So hoping that he would miss the Sleep Powder, I stay in, but luckily for him, he hits it, and now my Regirock's just napping on the battlefield. So he starts setting up Quiver Dances, and I'm still not ready to switch out, so I stay in, And I'm just hoping that he gets a little too greedy with these quiver dances. So he goes along, and it goes on like this for a few turns. He quiver dances, I'm still asleep, until finally I wake up and hit him with that almighty explosion, which I've been waiting to use on my Regirock for pretty much all battle. Like, Regirock was not going to be a big factor unless it was against the Crustle, but since I was able to get rid of Crustle, you know, he came in and helped me out a lot. Now I can pretty much go into Swellow, and Quick Attack basically beats this Lilligant. So I click Quick Attack, and his Lilligant faints. Now this is where, you know, I've pretty much won, because both of his primary sweepers are down, so it's going to be really hard for him to come back from this. So he goes out in his Sewage, his Muck, and I don't believe that I'm going to be able to take this thing out in one hit, so I switch out in my man Wiz Khalifa. And he actually goes for the stockpile here, which I was not expecting. It was very interesting. But yeah, I knew that Wiz Khalifa would really want to take anything from this thing, since Muck, while Muck is powerful, come on, it's a Weezing. Nah, you can't touch my Weezing. But yeah, I go ahead, set off a Willow, and that pretty much wraps things up here, because yep, see, he got that crit, which pretty much means the burn didn't matter at that turn. So no matter what he was gonna throw at me, I could handle easily. So I just go try to get some Black Sludge back. Let his I actually thought his burn would do more than Black Sludge would recover, but seems I was wrong. So yeah, to avoid a stall match, I think this turn he just decides to pretty much run, and that's gonna be the end of the battle. Yep. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want more, like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out perfectpokemon.com. The link will be in the description. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.